Hello, yeah, this is Robbie. It's time to play another Tuesday DDLC mod, Dark Rainclouds, as decided by the wheel last time. So, this menu layering. This is, yep, custom menu. Wow. So, this seems to be a mod. Oh, hey! Wow, that was quick. So this seems to be a mod where you, like, save Sayori, you know, kind of like a save Sayori before the festival type thing. So, let's see what this mod's about. Oh, please enter your name in red text! Uh-oh. Who's person one? I don't know who you are. Do you really want me to tell you the same story from yesterday again? I mean, yeah, I have no clue. Okay. I've read it to you before. Read it on your own, the diary must be somewhere. Is this the... Wait, diary? Oh, come on, I really like how you read it. Okay, is this how we're spelling you the entire time, or... I don't know, Okay, all I was hired to do was code it. I only fixed a few things. Ah, okay. So, alright, either way, this will be interesting. So, well. But this will be the last time. Why is will capitalized? Just let me do some memory searching. It's been a while since this happened. Like, you told this story yesterday, though. I know it's annoying, but the story is really interesting. Don't worry. Let's start from the beginning. On Monday, to be specific. Okay? A new day begins, and I have many things to do. The sunlight gently touches my face, causing my eyes to gradually open. Okay. My conscience begins to initiate what the fuck? My conscience begins to initiate operations. Why are you talking about your consciousness like it's a Windows computer? Like, and my hands pull away the blankets that kept me in a soft prison. Well, I've never heard these, like, analogies before. The blankets that kept me in a soft prison. I have never heard that before. At the same time, my legs come out of my bed. I don't know, but it made me... like... Whoa, what the hell? I just clicked the history and it did a weird thing. Anyway. I get out of my bed and check the time on my cell phone. 7:15 a.m. It's still a little early, but I shouldn't go back to bed. So without much haste and still sleepy, I'm going to get ready for school. Since I don't feel like taking a bath, I turn on the faucet and watch the water fall down. Okay. Music feels good. My brain goes into a trance when I hear the sound it makes. At the same time, I have a strange feeling as if I was forgetting something important. I mean, the water is interesting. I could see zoning out. Maybe there's something I should remember, but at the moment I don't know what it is. There'll be time to think about it later. I decide to stop thinking about it so as to not get distracted anymore from watching the waterfall, I guess? I fill my hands with water and throw the cold water against my face. A little cold water always works to wake me up. I look in the mirror and dry my hands on my shirt. I guess you don't have a towel. So I guess you don't have a towel at home. I mean, look, there's some there. Then again, the towels seem to be pretty far away from the sink, Hey, Coco, I need to, like, this, like, background sprite. I don't know, maybe you could hang a towel on this? Or something? I don't know. Everything that happened comes back to my mind, even that moment with Sayori. I have a lot to think about, especially since yesterday was quite intense in more ways than one. But there are also things I wish I'd never lived through. No, this was just the tip of the iceberg. What is happening? I mean, I get what the MC's describing, the conversation with Sayori, but was it really that intense? Like, what is happening? Our talk, her confession, her feelings, my words. Things will go back to the way they were. Those words I said are still in my head. Ever since Sayori confessed her depression to me, I kept thinking about what I could do. This is what I deserve. It's sad, yes, but not intense. Like, I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe it was to him? Maybe? Although, then again, it's like a thing where you process. Like, I don't know. Especially because her way of thinking is not very... No! No, really? She has depression. That's not very healthy. I think that's literally, like, just... Why would anyone think that a depressive way of thinking is healthy? In terms of, like, she literally has depression. I honestly don't think that's... I honestly think it'd be obvious that it wasn't healthy. Despite everything, I still want to do everything I can do for her. What do you mean, despite everything? What? But I don't even know how to cheer her up. Especially since she's told me that she doesn't want them to worry about her. Giving her too much attention would only make her feel... Oh, worse. By the way, is this really the music to be playing during this contemplation of... I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe things will shift. Maybe there is a way to help her. Or at least to stop her feelings from getting worse. My head tries to resolve these doubts as I leave the bathroom and go back to my room. When I walk into my room, the first thing I look at is the calendar to see what day it is today. Monday, Festivals Day. The entire club has worked to attract new members with the festival. I'll have to work too to make the club proud and maybe Sayori. Maybe Sayori. Yeah, maybe, who knows. Maybe her spirit will go up a bit if the festival goes well, so I have to make an effort. I don't know what that implies, actually. I'll do my best at the festival to cheer Sayori up. You literally just said that. If the person told me he wanted it now. Like, I guess there was a deadline. So deadlines. Also, didn't you literally just kind of say that Sayori's spirits will go up, so you're gonna make an effort? This is kind of saying the same thing, but shorter. With that in my mind, I decide to start preparing while my mind continues to search for other answers. The first thing is to put on my school uniform. I think it's my least favorite part of the morning. I guess those... I mean, I've never really worn a school uniform before, but I guess those things might be a pain to put on? Maybe? I don't know. Again, I haven't worn a school uniform, so I don't think I'd know. The closest thing I've worn to a school... I thought the same. There were other moments when I removed them. Oh, okay. Least favorite part of them. The uniform was uncomfortable, but being a schoolboy, I couldn't ask for much. What does that even mean? I'm genuinely curious, like, maybe that means that the school uniform is mandatory, and this is a kind of weird way of phrasing that. Or, before phrasing it what was that? I don't know. I have to use it anyway. They wouldn't let me in if I don't comply with that. At least I'll not wear a uniform in college. Really? Okay. By the way, what time is it? My watch gives me the answer. Translated from Spanish. Oh, alright. So, yep, there's gonna be bits of weird phrasing. 7:35 a.m. Well, I'm almost ready. Breakfast time. What the heck is this? What is this music? I mean, it's good, but like, I've never heard it before. What the hell? I mean, I know it's custom music, but it kind of sounds like an ominous lo-fi beat. Kind of like something you study to on Halloween or something? Anyway, in a few seconds, again, I'm not saying it's bad. It is pretty good. In a few seconds, I'm already on the first floor. Everything remains where it has always been, including silence left by my parents when they left to work in another city. Okay, that's a way to transition into that. I mean, that's a... Never... Wow, he lives in a two-story house. I'm not saying it's a bad way to transition into the parents leaving your work things. Unique. Kind of caught me off guard. Silence to which I'm already accustomed. It may sound a bit dramatic, but it's the truth. Okay? Sometimes I miss them, but I understand that they do this for me and my studies. But I don't know if that justifies that the only times I see them is during the New Year or Christmas holidays. So that's essentially like once or twice a year, like really split apart. Wow. Maybe it's best to put that thought aside. I don't want to start the festival like that. Okay? Maybe a good breakfast will help me overcome my melancholy. I head to the kitchen and go to the fridge in search of something for breakfast. When I open it, a cold air makes me sigh, and its interior is full of microwavable food packaged products as well. As well? I guess as well as the cold air? The interior is full of microwavable food packaged products. I decided to have one of those frozen dinners and a bottle of milk for breakfast. Huh. Dinner for breakfast. I haven't heard of that before. As I looked down a little, I noticed that something caught my eye. There was a tray containing about 15 cupcakes decorated in pink and kitten themes. When? Oh right, I guess this MC went on Sayori's route. Looking into the eyes of those cupcakes, several memories come back to my mind. Some pleasant, some uncomfortable. That Natsuki came to my house, the incident with the icing, my bold act towards the icing on her finger. Towards the icing on her finger. It's almost as if the icing has a personality of its own. At least that's how the phrasing feels a little. I came to feel that Natsuki was interested in me. Maybe it's just me, but I'll never know. Okay. Although it was nice to spend time with Natsuki, but after all that, I talked to Sayori about her feelings. I opened the bottle of milk and drank some of it. And that same day I gave her an answer. Oh, so I guess you did this so I guess you opened the milk and drank it in the middle of reflecting about the day. Okay. I guess oh yeah, I wonder what the answer is considering I didn't choose it. What Sayori told me on Sunday and what happened at the entrance of her house. I guess that's what his mind is visualizing? When I saw her face, it was like... I honestly have no idea how to describe it because I've never noticed it before. Drinking from the bottle, although trying to deal with this situation was not helping. As if I were a drunk trying to drown his sorrows. Although thinking about it that way doesn't help either. Although that kind of is what comes to mind. And when you say drinking from the bottle isn't helping or something, I don't know. I know it's the bottle of milk, but like... I don't know. But it was like, man, are we gonna find out what it was like, or... I hope my answer was the best. I don't want to hurt Sayori. Is this a vague thing where you pick the choice that, like... I don't know, it's not saying which choice was picked, so maybe this is like a odd where it's like, oh, your choice interpretation will still make sense. Like, if you said if you chose I love you in the base game, or chose dearest friend in the base game, then the both will still make sense. Oh, hello. This is a mod called Dark Rainclouds, which deals with, like, you know, which deals with a mod trope we haven't seen, like, I mean, I have seen it in Exit Music Redux, but haven't seen it in a while. It's the Save Sayori type thing where you go and you gently open the door, but this time you get to save her, essentially. Like so, you know. It may be a topic that is beyond my scope. You mean relationships or depression? Because the depression one would make sense, as you literally just found out that Sayori has depression, so, you know. Also, while I can't do much for her, I also don't want to make something worse than I'm supposed to fix. Maybe I should hurry. I don't want to ruin this morning with something I can't fix right now. I close the refrigerator door with an elbow as I turn on the kitchen oven. Huh. I must admit that it is somewhat ironic, okay? I have quite a few frozen dinners that are supposed to go in microwaves. But I don't have a microwave. Okay, then why do you have microwavable dinners then? I guess that's what your parents left with it for you? I have no idea how I've survived like this until now. I mean, maybe you just kind of cook them in the oven for a microwave's length? Or something? Like at a microwave's temperature and then see what happens. Maybe that's the least of it, is at least I have something to eat. I go to the kitchen. I thought, what? I thought you like turned on the kitchen oven. Did you like walk to the living room and then turn back around and then go to the kitchen again? Or were you at the kitchen table? I don't know, where did the MC go? Because if he was going back into the kitchen. Or is he going to the kitchen oven? An oven wasn't there. I don't know. I put the packaged food inside the oven, but not before removing the plastic wrap. I didn't understand it. Yeah, okay. Since I had to eat plastic with food, I always remember to remove it. What? Since I had to eat plastic with food. Okay, just gonna eat the food and then eat the plastic on the side as a side dish. The plastic always tastes best when it's separate. Although now that I realize it, I was very lucky. I mean, if you're eating plastic, then yeah. Most of the dishes the dinners came on were sturdy enough to not melt. I mean, they are supposed to go into a microwave, but then again, you have ovens, so never mind. Wouldn't the plastic damage your mouth? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah? Yeah, it probably would. Just I'm in luck, or else I would have learned another lesson about instant food. Anyway, I set the oven to 300 degrees and set the timer for 5 minutes. With this, the typical electric sound produced by the oven tells me that it is already on. I walk away from the oven as I approach the table and let my right hand grab the bottle of cold milk again. The tic-tac sound of the kitchen timer is the only thing that interrupts the silence. You know, aside from the pretty good, serious custom music, it is a bit annoying. Okay? My mind comes once again to the cupcake tray, and without warning, a memory comes to my mind. My mind only plays back the moments I talked to Sayori yesterday. Those fateful memories. Okay. Okay, Sayori. She was at her lowest point, a point at which it seemed there would be no turning back. And I gave her an answer that I thought would be the right one. Or so I thought, until she showed me a smile that deep down I understood did not convey happiness. I understand. Tomorrow will be the festival, so I have to prepare for the club activity. I mean, I guess the festival is a club activity. Also, I guess this mod is kind of keeping it Meaning, like, open to which answer you chose, which is honestly cool. Like, I think I've heard that some mods will either go with "you said love you" or "you said dearest friend." So it's nice to have one that's like open to interpretation, where answering like one or the other could have led to the same response here. Hi, Hirabi. She begins to turn around with the intention of re-entering her house. I can't just let it go. Not at a time like this. I have to do something. I don't know what to tell her, but it doesn't matter. I must stop her. I plucked up my courage and grabbed Sayori's hand before she walked away. Sayori, My courage quickly fades when I see that Sayori won't even look at me. Just tell her something, for the love of God, anything. I'll come for you in the morning, and you'll see that tomorrow will be a great day. We might even go somewhere after the festival, like in the old days. I mean, you know, back in the old days of childhood, actually. Yeah, that is kind of how it would feel when you look back. Don't worry, I'll be at the club in the morning, and it will gather many more members, then I will go home. Okay. Better spend that time with Yuri or Natsuki, I'm sure they'd love it. The voice in which Sayori said this was not the same voice she always used at school. Her words sounded so real that I didn't know if it was another lie or the truth. Probably the truth, I don't know. She remained without looking at me as she gently released his hand from my— what? Wait, what the hell's happening? She remained without looking at me as he gently released his hand from my grip. I guess the mod's confused on the genders. My courage was gone as I watched her walk away. Oh, I went to the... twice, but only because of the... Oh, that can happen, but hey, congratulations on the wins. Yeah, that's Spanish for you. Now, I think that's like... how was this mod translated? I think I remember, although I could be wrong, that you said it was like used with like Google Translate, which would explain the confusion. And or like, was there another translating software used and I misremembered? No, the mod was translated by the creator. Oh, okay, so I was kind of remembering it wrong. Interesting. So, I don't know. The sound of the timer pulls me out of my memories. Almost irritated by the sound, I throw the milk bottle into the trash can. And of course I forgot that the bottle was made of glass. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, pool sounds like it was pretty fun from the way you're talking about it. On to the black ball, too. Oh, okay. No one's surprised. To the surprise of no one, considering that MC is the only person here, unless he knows, it produces a thunderous final noise. So you'll see Sayori being referred to as he sometimes. I wonder what, like, a gender fluid DDLC, like, you know, like the character is gender fluid. I wonder how that'd, like, actually work if it was, like, done in a DDLC mod. That'd be pretty interesting. It's already in the trash anyway. That would be yes. So, hey, I better concentrate on the oven. With a pair of oven mitts, I take out the food and place it on the table. It smells of freshly heated... What? What? I guess the smell of freshly heated food makes my spirits rise a little. So I guess that it was supposed to be the... Now, where did I leave that thing? What thing? It only takes me a few seconds to find the metal tray used to keep the plate from burning through my clothes. So, yeah, you know, the thing. By mere chance, I glance at the reflection in the tray, which reveals a blurred and somewhat distorted version of me. I look a little weird, but, well, let's go on. Okay, that was... Okay. Cool. You look in a tray reflection and you kind of look distorted. Kind of like with a... that's kind of interesting to have, I guess. Maybe that's like one of those like things that'll come back later or something, I don't know. Using both hands in the protection of the oven mitts, I placed the food, which is still quite hot, on top of the tray. I put aside the gloves, and with tray and spoon that I had previously taken, I head to the living room. Specifically to the sofa in front of the TV set. When I arrive, I guess there's no living room, Sprite. I see the remote control waiting for me on the seat. Oh, no, never mind, spoke too soon. After a few seconds of settling in, I wonder what the serious music was for. I thought it would be like a we gotta leave type thing, but okay. Maybe it was for the flashback? I don't know. Probably for MC, like, reminiscing. That's my theory. After a few seconds of settling in, I put the tray on my lap and turn on the TV with the remote control. When you turn it on, a female voice in the middle of a news report is the first thing that appears. What is he talking about? Like, you see, when you turn on this TV, always remember that a female voice in the middle of a news report will be the first thing that appears every time. You gotta note that down. It kind of sounds like that when he's like giving a tour of the house. In other news, meteorologists predict that in the next few hours, a major storm will manifest itself in the center of the country. Oh, God. Authorities are advising people in the range of the storm to stay indoors until further notice. Experts say the force of the storm could generate significant damage to several structures. Meanwhile, another without paying attention to the other news, the reporter was saying, I put a spoonful of the somewhat steaming food in my mouth, its industrial taste flooding my palate. Minutes go by and the newscast continues with almost nothing relevant. I decide to turn off the TV and with the tray still in my hand, carry the package and spoon. Package? You mean your food? And back to the kitchen, leaving the three to their What? What? Okay, what the hell? I decide to turn off the TV, and with the tray still in my hand, I carry the package, I guess like the plate or something, and spoon back into the kitchen, leaving the What three? What three to their fate? What is this ominousness? What, with three objects? Like the TV and the TV remote and then the sofa? The three inanimate objects to their fate of doing nothing? I'm kind of confused. What does this mean? Don't ask me, I don't know. Okay. Or at least till I get back from school. In the meantime, I check the watch once more. 8:25 a.m.? I didn't imagine it would take me so long with breakfast. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you're like, I don't know. But I still have time left. The festival should start at 9 o'clock. I think I should start hurrying. After taking the cupcakes out of the refrigerator, I noticed that the mold is a little heavy and a little cold. Rhyming! Maybe I should do a rhyme counter. Why do I keep doing it? Come on. And there we go, that's the third counter. I wonder when the next one will happen. It should be normal. The 15 cupcakes are not made of air, and the tray is made of metal. Okay, The very good. Now then, you've already deduced that the cupcakes aren't made of air. Can you tell what the cupcakes are actually made of? Are they made of batter? That's what I tell myself as I walk out of the house with the sunlight saying good morning to me. Okay. Now the routine checkup so as not to forget anything. Especially because it would be a big problem to have to go back if I forgot something. Poem? Check. Backpack? Check. Cupcakes? Check. Keys? Check. Yup, all set. I locked the door and put it in my pocket. Yep, there we go. How would that even work? How would that physically work? This dude must be able to have the biggest pockets in the world if he's able to fit an entire door in them. Now I'm ready to start this day. Freezing is fun. As I take a few steps, my gaze remains fixed on Sarah's house. Inevitably, the memories come back to my mind. I'll be at the club in the morning and we'll gather many more members. So don't worry about me. You don't need to come to my house to pick me up. Okay? Oh. I wonder, will she be inside or will she already be at the school with the other girls as she said? Should I check if she is at home? Maybe she's already been out before me. I could go check if she's still asleep. There should be no problem. She's probably already with the girls anyway. I have no reason to distrust her. There's also the possibility that she fell asleep once again. But it's serious, so I can trust her. I put my doubts out of my mind and resume my walk to school. I don't know what's going on, but every step I take is accompanied by a guilt that doesn't let me go on. Thanks to this, I've been slowing down every meter I've been able to move forward. I'm not even a quarter of the way there. Sayori, I promised her that things would be as they always were, and that should include waiting for her and going to the festival together. Look at me doing the same as other days where I didn't care about Sayori or her feelings. My watch indicates that the time of the festival is getting closer and closer. But you know what? I prefer my best friend over a little punctuality. Before I go with her, I'll have to think of some excuse to show up at her house. If I told her I was worried about her, I think it would only make her feel worse. After thinking of a few excuses, I couldn't come up with any decent ones. I wonder what the excuses were. Yeah, I had to come and check up on those pamphlets. Maybe that'd be a good excuse or something? I don't know. And then I look at one of the festival cupcakes. I think bringing her a cupcake wouldn't be bad. I guess I'll also have to prepare an excuse to tell Natsuki why one of them disappeared. Well, I don't know. You got 15, maybe 14. It's like, I felt that like 14 would be a more round number? I don't know. But then I'd also have to think of another excuse for being late. I realize what I do. Stop overthinking it. Just go into her house and check if she's still there, and if not, just leave. I turn around and start heading to Sayori's house. I'm getting closer and closer to her house. Once at the door, I rang the doorbell, but all I could hear was a strange sound like a kick. Did something fall off? The sound was a little weird because of the distance, but obviously it was inside the house. Is Sayori still here? I guess I'll have to find out. Without thinking, I opened the door while wondering if it was the right thing to do, although this has always been... What the fuck? What is this run-on sentence? Without thinking, I opened the door while wondering if it was the right thing to do, although this has always been customary between the two of us, so coming in like this shouldn't be so bad. I turned the door handle. Alright, this is a good time for a little be right back break thing, so... Alright, we're back. Let's see how things go with MC's checkup on Sayori. Once I enter, I see that the lights are off inside. The furniture is tidy, nothing out of the ordinary. Except that on the table was a small set of keys. Sayori forgot her keys? Although after a quick recount, I realized that a key was missing. Why would Sayori forget her keys and carry only one? Then a strange feeling made my head think of Sayori's room. I left the muffins on the kitchen table. They're cupcakes! I mean, maybe muffins, cupcakes, they're technically two sides of the same coin, I guess? I don't know. But not before grabbing one in case she was there. Sayori? Are you there? I don't hear anything. Maybe it's because she's already in school. Although there's also the possibility that she's still asleep. It would not be the first time that were the case. Plus, I doubt that the sound from earlier was a mere coincidence, especially given the lack of the key. What happens with that key? I make my way to the second floor. The silence with every step I take is uncomfortable. I feel like an intruder. I reach the last step and look at the place. It doesn't look like she's still here. I gotta see if she's in her room. I approach the room and knock on the door. Sayori, are you there? I don't hear anything. I try to open her door, but this... closed? Usually she doesn't even remember to lock the doors, but then the missing key comes to mind. So that means Sayori's there, right? But then why would she bothered to close her room? Sayori? My eyes heard a faint sound that sounded like a voice from the other side of the door. Sayori, are you there? Is everything alright? I dismissed the idea that she's asleep, and if she were, she would have let me in after knocking on the door. Something is wrong. I know that she's in there, but she's not responding. With a little more force, I start knocking on the door for her to give me an answer. Still nothing. No answer. I have to know that it's okay. This doesn't leave me alone, is what I tell myself as an answer begins to grow in my mind. Under the door, I notice that there's a small space that can let me see the other side. It may be considered harassment, but I know Sayori will forgive me. I mean, I guess we'll see about that. I put the cupcake in my hand on the floor. I mean, it's a good thing the cupcake's still in its wrapper, otherwise, I don't know, you'd have to go there for like less than 5 seconds if you want to claim 5-second rule. See, but my eyesight is not very wide. I can only observe a chair lying on the floor. Huh. Interesting. That's actually what it is on the sprite. Interesting. That's strange. The only chair she has in her room... What? The only chair she has in her room, she never moves it out of place. Why would it be there? Wait. A chair. No. That's not what I'm thinking, right? Don't be hasty. Sayori wouldn't be capable of something like that. No. That word is starting to grow out of control. But that it has a chance of being true is what terrifies me the most. You mean no or suicide? Because I feel like that'd be the word growing in this instance. Thinking about the words depression and chair at the same time is the worst thing that could happen to me right now. This freezing, okay? But then these thoughts are joined by the key and how everything starts to fall into place along the way, giving once again the answer I didn't want to hear. The adrenaline makes me jump to my feet. Almost in desperation, I start banging violently on the door, trying to get an answer from the other side. Sayori, please open the door! But there's no response. I kick the door hard, but all I manage to do is make the door shake slightly. I stop kicking the door and use my right shoulder to try to kick the door down. The wood begins to shake more strongly. Why don't you answer? I don't know. Now I should stop. What the hell? Was that like knocking on the door? Probably. I know what's behind this door, but I'm still in denial. Yep, that is the door. I don't think I heard that noise before. I think that the door gives way. I open the door violently. No gentleness this time. This is urgent. Remember the last time I had a reason to get out of bed? Oh God. Right. It's Been a while since I've seen that hanging sprite. Those are the first words that came to my mind when the door allowed me to see inside. What words? Where are the words? My eyes deceive me. This isn't really happening. She's not there. She's not hanging. Her dull eyes stare into the void. This is not possible. Why? Her figure suspended in the air, the chair lying on the floor. It is the same chair I could see under the door. No, this isn't really happening. Wow, this music... Yeah, this music fits. This is urgent. This is urgent music. I like this music. This isn't real. It's just a dream, a hallucination. I mean, if you want, pinch yourself. Or maybe you don't want to do that. I don't know. Just a few moments ago, I heard a voice of fragility. I even heard a voice. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Sayori hasn't left. I have to make her react. I don't care if it's a desperate conclusion. If Sayori is still with me, I won't let her go. I will not give up that possibility. With more hope than will, I can barely get out of my state of shock. I approach her body as fast as I can and pick up the chair that was placed underneath her. I use it to remove the rope from her neck. So, you're using the chair to remove the rope from the neck. How does that work? I mean, the closest I can think of is picking up the chair and, like, swinging it at the rope. If that's the case, how do you not hit Sayori? I don't know. Maybe that'll be explained or something? I don't know. As I do so, her head tilts toward me with no sign of life. Sayori, don't do this to me. I'm already here. I'll do anything. Just don't leave. Please. I avert my eyes from Sayori's visibly flaccid body. This is getting to me. It's really hurting me. I refuse to see Sayori like this. Sayori, if you listen to me, everything will be alright. Just hold on. Stay with me. I kneel beside her, and with the little medical experience I have gained from games and movies, I begin to rhythmically press her breast with both hands. Come on, Sayori, please respond! Adrenaline is part of me right now. So I guess it's like really flowing through, is that what that means? Definitely. I see her mouth exhale, stop pressing on her chest, and move closer to her mouth, which still has no airflow. I feel weird about doing this with Sayori, but right now that doesn't matter. My lips collide with hers. I share the air in my lungs with her and press myself against her chest again. Just keep trying. Sayori's still with me. Keep on doing it. Maybe I should have changed it to create. Okay. 1 minute. Oh yeah, chest instead of like breast. Yeah. 1 minute. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I guess we're just going in multiples of 5. By this point, I'd lost track of time. You were going in multiples of 5, though. But I knew it'd been a while because my muscles ached so much. For so many times that I share the air, I feel that I lack air in my lungs. After so many attempts, I thought I would react again on more than one occasion. I even got to feel 1 or 2 clicks in her chest. I thought they were heartbeats, but they weren't. Sayori, she gave no sign of life. My muscles and conscience can't keep up. I can't take this anymore. Tears are already flooding my face. Wait, did Sayori die in this mod? This is all my fault. I shouldn't have hesitated. I had to go in from the beginning. She would be alive if I'd arrived in time. In the first place, Sayori would not have done this if he had... What? If he had given her a better answer? But that was me talking in third person and being selfish and ignoring Sayori's feelings. Again, it's all my fault. Things wouldn't have ended up like this if I hadn't given her such a cruel answer. I don't think... Even if... The choices were I love you and you're my dearest friend. The closest I can think of to being cruel is the dearest friend thing, because Sayori has feelings and it's like you're denying that. So, I don't know, maybe this is the dearest friend thing. Sayori, sorry. Please forgive me. No response. I'm only reciprocated by inert eyes belonging to my best friend. My fists are filled with anger and frustration. They only go to my head. The frustration is killing me. I hate my life. Okay, I let Sari die. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to see Sari's body like this. I want to leave. I want to disappear. But I can't leave her lying here. It's the last thing my fragile will needs. Despite all my frustration, I have to make one last effort. Yeah, this is definitely dire music, you know? Like, it represents the urgency of the situation well. Yeah, at least he's doing something. I pick up the phone and with what little composure I have left, dial the emergency number. Yeah, sorry I dipped this music is ominous. That's okay. That's okay. This is the part where, like, MC's trying to save Sari's life here, so... You know. Yeah, that's not a good time to do jokes. 911, what's your emergency? I need an ambulance urgently. Okay, please give me the address of the place where it is located. Just the address of the place where you're located. What do you mean it? What is the it here? My voice has lost its strength almost completely, but I still managed to give him directions to my location. After giving her the address of the place, the operator starts giving me instructions, but my disconnected mind doesn't react. I only manage to answer automatically. I ended the call after that, but I have no hope left. As I wait a while longer with Sari's body in my lap, I feel something touching my knee. My throat. It hurts. What happened to me? Sari! How is this possible? Sari is breathing and she's not looking at me. She's alive. Just listening to her breathing brings tears of relief to my eyes. Sari! Without a second's hesitation, I hugged her. I felt how part of her body still remains with little warmth. Her cough is spelled. Wow, okay. Robbie, is that you? Where am I? Where are you? Her voice is hoarse and rather weak. Sari, I'm with you, don't worry. Everything will be fine. Are you really there? I can feel you, but I can't see you. Is it night? Is Sari going blind because of this? That'd be new. So there's the mark, there's the blood. What? She can't see me? Sorry, it's about noon. Noon? How long has it been? I mean, he did say he lost track of time, so I don't know whether it's noon or not, but until someone comes and says, actually it's 11 a.m., then I don't know. What happened? Half the day's gone, but I can't see anything. Sari's face turns pale in a matter of seconds. At the same time, I notice that Sari's eyes... Sari? Her eyes turned light blue. No! It's not what I think. 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 You didn't come here for... No. No! She starts coughing rampantly from a rising pitch. But why are you here? This isn't happening. No. It can't be happening. It can't be the middle of the day. I can't see anything. I can't see you. I can't see you. Why can't I see anything? What's happening to me? Sari's hands move desperately over her face as her eyes... I guess, and her eyes. I thought, as her eyes desperately move around the room, I think that'd be a good end of the sentence, you know? You know, Sari's hands moves desperately over her face as her eyes dart around the room rapidly, trying to see something, anything. You know, the urgency of the situation. A murky and provocative shade of light blue flit from place to place. I guess that is what happened, though. Never mind. I didn't know what to say to her. Luckily, the voice of the emergency operator attracts my attention. Sir, are you alright? I picked the phone up from the nightstand and forced myself to talk to myself. What? Force myself to talk to myself. No, you're talking to the operator. That's not yourself. Didn't he end the call? Yeah? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you ended the call, right? Unless it's like, I ended the call, misses the end call button. And then the operator's been like, sir, I've been hearing everything that's been going on the other end. And it sounds like there's someone in distress, you know? I picked the phone up from the nightstand and first, how soon will the ambulance be here? Ambulance? Their estimated time of arrival is 5 minutes, sir. Thank you. I cut the call and see Sari with a panicked and pained expression on her face. It takes a few minutes for her despair to subside a bit. Sari makes multiple attempts to get up, but it's useless. She has no strength right now. She has a terrible expression. I can't even imagine how she must be feeling. Sari, I wanted to put an end to all this suffering. I wanted the Rainclouds to disappear and to stop being a nuisance to everyone. But it was right at that moment that I realized that I'm too much of a coward to do it on my own. That's when I noticed that her hands are bloody and with a lot of wear on her fingers. Even her fingernails are broken. This is creepy despite the weird phone call. So I wanted to be part of this because the idea is new. Yeah, so Sari is going to be blind in this mod. Because I don't think they've done a blind Sari stuff. What if the entire club was blind? Or like certain members of the club, like Natsuki or Yuri or Monica being blind. Monica especially. Like, how would that interfere with her, like, fourth wall stuff? You know, like, I can sense the player, but I can't see the player, you know? The interesting story I was just been doing a thing. What if one of their club people were deaf, though? Braille Literature Club. Braille Literature Club. I like that title. Because Braille is a way of, like, how a blind person, like, notices words. I like that title. So we at least have a title if someone wants to make that into a mod idea. Why are your hands so... They can't be. On her neck there are multiple scratches and a pronounced mark surrounding it. I know what they mean, but I don't plan to talk about it. Not now. But I don't plan to force Sari to tell me. And you saved me. Why would you bother doing something like that? Sari asks as I turn my attention back to her. You don't need to ask for now. I mean, it'd probably be better to answer, like, because you're my best friend, Sayori, and I don't want my best friend to die. You know? Please, for once. For once? He doesn't tell me why you came to my house. For once. MC's never told her before? You're not just doing this for the sake of it. Sari says it again, ignoring my question and forcing me to answer hers. Sari, my eyes focus on the cupcake I left on the floor, and with that comes to mind the excuse I was going to use. Somehow I have to give her the honesty she wants, but the truth is a little hard to mention right now. I really don't want to make her feel bad, but I must give her a truthful answer. I just wanted to wait for you to go to school together like we used to do. I was planning to wake you up with a cupcake. Maybe it would have cheered you up a little. Sari doesn't say anything, but frustration shows on her face. This is all my fault, isn't it? I'm just a nuisance to everyone. All I wanted was for everyone to glow with happiness, but I didn't have the courage to risk it. And look at me now. My cowardice will only make me an even heavier burden to those I wanted to make happy. I shouldn't have opened these useless eyes anymore. Everything would have been easier for everyone that way. I just hurt. I can't believe I allowed those words to come out of her mouth. How the hell would you have stopped them? Like, at that point in time, just like, go, do, or something, I don't know. But this is my fault? Too. This is my fault, too. It's like, but this is my fault? Too. No, damn it. Be strong for once in your life. Be strong. As if you weren't. What? But to keep hearing Sari's words is tearing me apart even more. And the worst part is I don't even know what to say. And now this is my punishment for everything I did. What? And now this is my cat. What was the word originally? My cat. I mean, it starts with CA, so. Or was that kind of like a translation error or something? Like it was like punishment, like he's stuttering in his mind. But then the translator. I went ka, like this starts with CA. For everything I did. I will live and die condemned to be a burden to everyone. As soon as she finishes saying those words, Sari bursts into tears. Before I could try to... Holy shit! I died right from her blood tears. Holy shit. Before I could look for a reason. A reason for what? Her crying? A reason for her being a burden? What reason? The sound gradually increases and I can feel it dulling my thoughts. But I know what I have to do. I carefully help Siri try to get back on her feet. Siri, the ambulance is coming. Please let me take you to them. If my mind had a limit, I'm sure I would have passed it by now. I see Siri with her arm covering her eyes, but she does not resist my attempts to lift her up. I can only hear her moaning slightly. I don't want to imagine what she must be thinking about. Because Castigo. Is that... So I guess castigo is like the Spanish word for punishment. Huh. She's not showing much cooperation, but she's not resisting either. I think that's enough. Walking out of her room, I see the cupcake. That's why the cut is there. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. On the floor. Oh, which is still in its place. I help her down the stairs. Before we reach the front door, Siri asks me in a weak voice, "What will happen to the festival?" I mean, maybe it'll keep going or something? I don't know. That question made me remember the place where I was supposed to be. Siri, that doesn't matter now. Let's just go to the ambulance. I know the girls can take care of it while we're gone. But don't worry, everything will be fine no matter what. You know them, and you know they do a great job, no matter what. I get no answer. Siri remains silent for the rest of the walk. As does the music, I guess, as there's no music now. As I open the door, there are two paramedics taking a stretcher out of the ambulance. At the beginning, they were too busy with medical procedures to notice us, but as we approach, the paramedics become aware of our presence. Seeing their faces, I notice some surprise on their faces. Okay. Perhaps because of the tears of blood Siri is shedding. They quickly approach with the stretcher and place Siri on it. I barely have time to think of anything when I see her being put onto the ambulance. Wow, that's a pretty good CG. That's a good CG. Like, huh. I mean, the interior kind of looks like, I don't know, a building interior more than a ambulance interior, but then again, I've never really seen the interior of an ambulance before, like up close and personal, so I wouldn't really know for sure, so, I don't know. I walk over and ask a paramedic who is about to leave, "What hospital will you take her to?" The paramedic pulls out a small piece of paper with a pen and writes down the address and name of the hospital. Rosario. Okay. Will she be alright? They will inform you at the hospital. And can I go with her? That won't be possible. She needs a sterile space to avoid infection. Wow. That was a pretty curt response. I mean, these are professionals. I don't know how someone would react if a professional doctor started like crying and shedding like tears. It was like in relation to a question about a patient. I don't know. I think doctors are supposed to be professional because they see stuff like this every day. So, you know, they have like strong like mental like, you know, like their minds are like strong enough so that they get through this. I don't know. Her coldness just made me feel even worse than I already did. Ignoring my mood, the paramedic climbs into the ambulance. I just watch as they close the back door and start to move away from me. Why? Now that everything has gone quiet, what is with all these like ellipses and dots and there's like 4 of these every time. It's not a complaint. It's just like an observation type thing. Now that everything's gone quiet, things start to feel a little depressing. Like I'd imagine that the mood would already have been depressing the second. I mean, the mood was probably that of urgency, but I think it would have been depressing as you were like crying over like I presume Siri being like presumed dead. I think no, the mood started to be depressing, but Siri was like blind and like saying all that stuff. I think that was when the mood really got depressing. Also, a little might be an understatement. I don't know about you. I'm really tired. Emotional fatigue makes me sit on the concrete floor. So much has happened in such a short time. My mind starts to replay everything that's happened up to this moment. For a few moments, I even thought that I'd actually gone crazy and everything I just imagined everything. But the paper the paramedic handed me gives me to understand that... What? What? The paper the paramedic handed me gives me to understand that all of this just happened was real. Okay. Now only the question Siri asked me crosses my mind. What will happen to the festival? I want to know too, Siri. I don't know what the fuck is next. That question made me stand up without much determination. But where should I go? To the festival or to the hospital? Obviously, I have to go to the hospital to see Siri. The festival could go to hell, but there are several things that compel me to go. Random F word, yup. I mean, hey, at least it's like the first in like an hour, so, you know, it took a little while for the F word to be said. All of them are those cupcakes I left at Siri's house. My logic tells me that if I don't deliver the preparations, Siri would think it was her fault that the festival was a failure. And that's the last thing that can happen. So that's what's next. But today it's getting to be hell. And it hasn't even started the worst. What do you mean, hasn't even started the worst? You mean started out as the worst? I feel like your best friend being on the brink of death would probably be the worst way to start your day. I didn't even want to get up anymore. But at least Siri will be safe in the hospital, right? I re-enter Sari's house and pick up the tray of cupcakes, including the cupcake I left near Sari's door. I mean, silver lining, you don't have to tell an excuse to Natsuki about why there's only 14 cupcakes instead of 15, right? I don't know, just trying to find silver linings where I can. I prefer not to look at the inside of the room while I pick it up. It doesn't give me a good feeling. I grab the stuff and leave the house at a fast enough speed to get there at a good time. I hope I don't piss off the girls. I have enough headache for now. As soon as I reach the 3rd floor, I realize that there are countless people crowding the aisles. I'm out of time, so I push my way through the crowd with the tray of cupcakes in hand. As I move forward, I hear the noise of accumulated students, conversations, and even some odd gossip. I don't have time to listen to other people's gossip. I have to get to the clubhouse. The clubhouse, okay. I guess the literature club's location got an upgrade while we were away. Like over the weekend, the principal was like, okay, I have great news. The club's gonna be moved to its very own clubhouse. Yay! So there's another silver lining. At the very least. We upgraded to a clubhouse. After a bit of a struggle, I managed to reach the doors of the literature club. The fact that it's closed tells me that apparently they haven't started the event yet, so I go over to look inside. I barely poke my head out of the window and Monika sees me. Soon after, Yuri and Natsuki also look at me, to which Monika hurries to open the door. Once I get inside, I realize that they've already almost everything ready. They only needed the cupcakes and a few minor details. But logically, Monika doesn't seem very happy about my logically? Yes, it's only logical that Monika wouldn't be happy about it. Actually, no, saying that out loud, that does make sense. You're an hour late. What made you lose so much time? Didn't Sarai come with you? You know what, there's no time to talk about this. At least the preparations are here. Quick, go and help Yuri finish putting up the decorations. Monika orders as she takes the tray from my hands and hands it to Natsuki. She's being tougher than usual. She must be under a lot of pressure, but she's not the only one. Monika, please, can we talk? We can talk later, but right now we have to finish organizing everything. I'll see what I can do about Sarai's non-attendance. Her answer was curt. She's too busy at the festival to listen to me right now. I have neither the time nor the will to do this. If I stay here, I'll have more problems. And I don't want Sarai to stay alone any longer. I have to leave right now? I guess I need to come with some present to the hospital. Okay, then why even bother going to this school in the first place? I mean, I guess to bring the cupcakes and then, like, dip? I mean, you could at least tell I don't know what's happening. I decide to approach Natsuki, and she immediately speaks to me. First of all, whatever you remember about yesterday never happened. Understood? Her face turned a redder color. I wish I could tell you that I also want to forget everything that happened during these 2 days, but I can't. Okay. Just act natural and it'll all be over soon. Yeah, I guess yesterday was a bit of an unusual day, but that's not what I came here to talk about. I discreetly direct my hand to the tray of cupcakes, which Natsuki notices. Hey, what are you doing? It's supposed to be for those interested in the club? I know, but I need... Alright. You can have one, but don't misunderstand things. Just stop being pitiful with that suffering face. Okay. Natsuki says as she leaves the way open for my hand to take the cupcake I wanted. I was trying to have the most enthusiastic face possible, actually, but never mind, I already have the cupcake. I guess your face wasn't enthusiastic. Yeah, she did say suffering face, so... Okay. I better go. Natsuki, you've done me a big favor. Natsuki looks away. Just take it and go do something. One was supposed to be for Sari, but she's not here, so take it before she changes her mind? What? No, that's your gift for Siri in the hospital? I'm confused. Okay, thank you. I take the cupcake and start to approach the exit, but Monica notices this as she sorted the poems. I knew it was going to be that easy. It can never be easy. Hey, where do you think you're going? We have to finish the preparations. It can't be. Why her? Of all the people who could have noticed my withdrawal. I don't have time for this. I must leave at once. I could lie to her to make her let me go, or I can escape after telling her a part of what happened. Whatever I decide probably won't make Monica happy, but I have to try. Take truth. Oh, okay. I was gonna tell the truth and leave, and I know this could be bad for me and Siri, and if Siri finds out that I discussed the situation with Monica, it could get worse. I mean, I was probably gonna kind of pick truth and because honesty is the best policy, and if you lie, I don't know, I don't think MC is in the mood to lie, so his lie would be don't bother with lie anyways. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that lie was a bad choice because MC isn't really in the mood, so he'd be like, yeah, I'm just taking this cupcake and going because I want to wander? I don't know. Well, but this is a demo. Oh, okay. So I guess we don't really get to see the ramifications of the choices until after the full mod releases, so, okay. Still, I think Monica's one of the people I can trust the most, so I'll have faith in this. Also, this could also, if she's self-aware, help her understand, yeah, the situation was worse than you thought, you know? She did this! I mean, it's not like you intended for this to happen, right? And then, nudge, just Monica has a what have I done moment, so, maybe we'll see what happens. So I'll have faith at this point. Hope she understands my position. Monica, listen to me. I'll tell you only if you swear not to talk about this with anyone unless I allow it, okay? Monica takes a minute to weigh her options. Okay, I swear not to say anything. Tell me what's going on. Why is it so important for you to just walk away without saying anything? This is much more important than the festival. Siri's not well. Her condition will not allow her to come to the festival or the club for a while. Oh no. But what happened to her? Is she in the hospital? Tell me the address. I'll go to her immediately. Damn, I'm not measuring my words. I have to think of something. No, it's not that. I mean, it literally is that. She is in the hospital. But I guess he doesn't want to just outright say, yes, yep, Sarah's in the hospital. No, it's not that. Just that she fell asleep and asked me to make up an excuse to get out of the festival. I thought we would... I mean, I guess he did say, a part of what happened, so this is the part where... I mean, is he... Yeah, what? I'm really bad at lying. I didn't even pick lying! Why is he lying? Why are you lying to me? I don't know! I didn't pick that! I don't know, I didn't... Is that another reason why it's don't bother with that anyway? Because, because he's gonna lie no matter what, or something? It's more complicated than you think. I'd like to tell her everything that happens in detail, but if I do, I don't know, that's how it was in the script, that too. Yeah, it's I literally picked to tell the truth. I didn't want to lie. And yet, here we are, lying anyway. This decision is more about Sarah than it is about me. I seriously ask you to stay here to run the event. Monica looks at me in a way that makes it clear that her displeasure at my words. I can't do that either. It's Sari. She's my friend too, and she's the vice president. If it's necessary to suspend the event, so be it, but you will take me to her right now. She can't understand with so little information. That's why I'll never make her understand, so I have to take action. You won't understand if I tell you right now, but I want you to understand something. Sari wants the festival to continue. She is worried about the success of the event, even now. So please stay here. Leaving will only make things worse even for everyone. I said that wrong. I'm sorry, but if Sari is in a delicate situation, it is my duty as president and friend to go immediately to find out her condition. Now, as president of the club and Sari's friend, I ask you to tell me where she is. But if I found out that you slandered Sari's name with lies, okay, I don't think he'd do that. Slandered Sari's name with lies. What, you think he's gonna say, yeah, Sari, that lazy piece. Yeah, Sari's just incredibly lazy, you know? She's always doing this. She's so lazy, like a sloth, you know? Like she's the literal embodiment of the sin of sloth. Like, what do you think he's gonna say? But also, yeah, that expression's pretty good. The perfect combination of, like, it's the perfect skeptical expression of, like, Because the other expression that's commonly used for that is more firm. So this looks like properly, like, skeptical. So I hope that expression gets used more. It's useless. She simply won't be able to understand this way, but I can't let her go right now. She has done this multiple. Just let her come with you. I see. I don't think I can change your point of view this way, so come with me. I must show you something in private. Okay, I'll follow you. I leave the cupcake on one of the desks. I thought you were giving that to Sayori? Okay. Then, so you're just leaving the cupcake on the desk. Natsuki's probably gonna notice, and then she'll be like, then why'd I give you the cupcake if you're just gonna leave it here? What? I mean, maybe this is like a, I'll come back and, like, I'll come back for it later thing? I don't know. Well, what do you want me to see? I want you to read it very carefully. It's a message from Sari. I take out my pocket a folded sheet of paper containing the poem I was going to recite today. I take it for granted that what I'm about to do could mean my expulsion from the club. What? I watch as Monika's eyes scan the paper for an answer. It's now or never. I don't understand. It's just a poem about... Hey! What the fuck? Not giving her time to... Oh! Oh, shit! Okay. I locked Monika in the closet. She really couldn't have just gone with you to the hospital? I mean... Also, what do you mean? You locked her in the closet? How... What? I mean, I guess it's like a thing where it's like she's gonna knock on the door and then, like, Natsuki will get her out or something? So it won't be too bad? Because I thought, like... Because I'm wondering, like, if she's in the closet, how's the festival gonna be run? So maybe that'll be the answer? If I hadn't distracted her with a poem, surely the scenario would have been different. But now that I've done this to her, I can't regret it. I mean, you might, depending on everything. There's no turning back now. I mean, you're gonna also have to tell her sooner rather than later, because she's definitely gonna be like, what the hell? You locked me in a closet? And you're not telling me why. Why did you lock me in a freaking closet and then just bolt? What's going on? You know? When I turn around, I can see Yuri and Natsuki both looking at me with some fear on their faces. Bobby, if you don't let me out right now, there will be consequences. Sorry, Monika. Without thinking too much, I start to run, but not before taking the cupcake from the desk where I previously left it. Even I don't know. Yeah, I guess... The last souvenir of the club before you end up leaving, I guess. I open the door in a hurry and leave the classroom immediately. Taking advantage of the moment, I go out and take a breath to explain with all my strength. The literature club has been opened! I don't know why I said it in that way, but I said it in that way, so there you go. The president of the club, Monika, will give free cupcakes to the first interested. With these words, a crowd of students throng the entrance of the club. Throng the entrance, okay. It's been a while since a word of the stream. Okay, a large, densely packed crowd of people or animals. So, okay, locking the way and giving the girls work to do. Apparently Monika's popular enough to attract so many people. I just walk away without looking back and with a cupcake in hand, walk down the floors and out of the school. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to explain to Monica. Hey, triple ones for each of the counters. Woo! That's the first time that's really... I'm coming, Sarah. Just wait a little longer. My feet are moving quickly through the streets, leading me to the hospital that the paramedic rode. The cupcake's still in my hand. What is this? Again, I know it's custom music, but like... Okay. This is definitely unique music for a mod to use, so there's that. Again, it's not bad. It kind of catches me a little off guard. I arrive at the hospital after a 15-minute run. My current state is any word that is a synonym for... what? Tiredness. Okay, I guess we gotta get better. Exhausted! There we go, we came up with the synonym. Yay! My body's asking for a rest, but my mind just wants to keep moving. Once I entered the hospital, I barely have enough air left to ask the front desk for Sari. What can I do for you, sir? I need to know where the room... Where is the room where Miss Sayori is? Okay? I'm running out of oxygen in my lungs. They burn like hell. I mean, you did run all the way over here. And there was still time. You probably could have taken a few deep breaths, I guess? The receptionist decides to ignore my tiredness while she looks for something. After a little search through her papers, she seems to have found something. Are you related to the patient? What? Related? Yes, I'm here on behalf of Sayori's parents? Are you just making this up at this point? It kind of feels like he's making that up. When were Sayori's parents in this mod? I didn't see them in this mod at all. Like, I guess he's like making this up to get into the hospital? That's what I mean, that's what I think, unless that's like not what's happening. Reinforcing my... Yup, that is a lie. I tell him the name of Sayori's parents so he checks his papers again. Try not to make any noise. There are more patients in the center. After giving me the instructions, he hands me a piece of paper with the address of her room. I'll send you a mod on this one. Oh, okay. Room 55, 5th floor. Thank you. Have a nice day. Without hesitation, I immediately head there. My tired body advances to the elevator and finally gets a break in the elevator that takes me to the 5th floor. So you've gotten to the elevator and now you're in the elevator. It didn't take long to get to the 5th floor. I knock on the door as no one answers. When you have a chance, can you release all the parts of your playthrough of Welcome? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, I'll probably do that. Soon, as no one answers, I decide to enter the room on my own. Upon entering, I find Sari lying on a bed with a perplexed look in the direction of nothingness. Sari? Robbie, is that you? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be at the festival. Don't worry about that. Everything is already taken care of. It looks like the club will still be able to do the event without us. What do you mean? I brought them the cupcakes and the girls already had everything ready when I arrived. I also took the opportunity and brought you this. I say while I offer the cupcake to Sari. What is it? When Sari asked that question, I noticed that her eyes still have the impoverished color they had at home. This music is a little loud. He's still kind of lying. Yeah, like you did lock Monica in a closet. Maybe you're just like, yeah, Natsuki and Yuri will be able to get her out, right? It's a cupcake. I say that while placing the cupcake in Sari's hands. Is it one of Natsuki's cupcakes? Okay. Yes, but don't worry. I bought it for her to avoid problems. She holds the cupcake in her hands and answers me. Thank you. Actually, you didn't need to bring it for me. Don't worry, I actually bought 2 from Natsuki and ate 1 on the way. Why are you still lying? I guess I wanted to save the other one for you. Why are you still lying? You grabbed one and then ran to her here. You didn't, what? After hearing my lie, you keep, these lies are gonna come back to bite you in the ass, you know that? Like, if you keep doing this, it's like, is that a common thing that this MC is gonna, like, lie? Does it commonly just kind of lie like this? Okay, so, I guess in that instance, in the full version, there'll probably be a scene where all these lies come and bite him in the ass. I hope he doesn't... I predicted that'll have him getting kicked out of the club if, like, Monica's, like, anger at the closet thing is to be believed, and if he lies about that, then he'll probably get suspended from the club for a little bit. I mean, that is just a prediction, so... I mean, that is just a prediction, so... I don't like it either, like, he's all... Like, yeah, he lied when I chose to tell the truth! Why? And he couldn't have just... If he was gonna abandon the festival anyway, he really couldn't have brought Monica there? Also, if he was just gonna lock her in a closet anyway, he couldn't have just brought Monica with him to see Sayori? Because as she said time and again, Sayori's also Monica's friend? I mean, yeah, he's not as... But yeah, at the very least, this MC isn't as bad as, like, some other MCs. You know, like, at least this... I mean, hey, at least this MC's, like, really pretty nice to Sayori, so there's that at the very least. A faint, soft smile forms on her face. I envy I envy Natsuki's baking skill. I wish I could. Sayori's words are stopped by someone answers the door, announcing that someone's on the other side. The door opens to reveal a middle-aged man in white robes. He is undoubtedly a doctor. Good afternoon, Miss... Okay, then. That's an interesting doctor sprite. What is this young man doing here? Shit, I didn't count on the doctor coming to the room. Think of something quick. I'm her brother. What about, I was sent here on the behalf of, like, Sayori's parents. Here's the names to prove it. What happened to that lie? I guess we're coming up with a new one? And yet, there's a thing, like, sometimes where the adults kind of look a little, I don't know, like, the heads are a little small or something? I don't know. Young man, don't try to fool me. I have all the patient records, and according to her, she's an only child. Tell me who you are, security will get you out of here. Lying is making me tired, but I have to do- No! You can just say you're her best friend? You know, I'm MC. I'm Sayori's childhood best friend. The artist is the same as mine. Ah, okay. I'm Sayori's childhood best friend, and I'm concerned for her well-being. Why does this MC feel the need to lie? Is this MC a compulsive liar? Like, that seems to be the thing, considering that he's still doing this. I just hope Sayori will back me up on this. I don't know, that'd be interesting to have an MC who's a compulsive liar and doesn't want to lie, but it's like, oh, I am gonna lie. Kinda, like he struggles with that? I don't know. I apologize. Well, I'm her boyfriend. That statement, apparently satisfying the doctor's doubts, and Sayori shows an obvious blush on her cheeks. I see. Great! Now it's time to have an impromptu discussion of what exactly they are. Are they actually gonna be girlfriend and boyfriend, or are they gonna be best friends? Okay, come with me then. I need to discuss some business with you. Where are you taking him? Don't worry, I just need to talk to him. It's nothing serious. I'll be back in a while, Sayori. I'll be back in a while, Sayori. Don't worry. You mean a little while? Because, like, if it was, like, a while, then it's, like, a little, like, long. The doctor and I walked out of the room when I was preparing for the impending leave right now, but instead he asked me a question. So it finally happened? What do you mean? I see she didn't tell you. I need to know what you're referring to. There are several things I had to find out recently. I have also told several lies in the past few minutes, so I'm kind of tired from that too. Yeah, it's no lie this time. More things have happened this week than in my whole life. I'm referring to her depression. She's reaching her limit. I mean, that much is obvious. She's in a hospital. Yeah, I was aware of that. But tell me, what is happening to her? I try to sound like someone who was aware of their girlfriend's condition, but inside this is torturing me. What she has is no ordinary depression, kid. Since high school, she was diagnosed with dysthymia, or PDD. It's like the depression you know, but in this case it is acute and persistent of a higher category, so to speak. Is there anything that can be... Nope, I'm looking this up more. PDD disorder. Pervasive developmental disorders as a... Okay, that's that. Alright, so that's a... Dysthymia. There we go. That's persistent depressive disorder. A mild but long-term form of depression that it's defined as a low mood occurring for at least 2 years, along with at least 2 other symptoms of depression. Examples of symptoms include that requires a medical diagnosis. So, okay, I learned something new today. I mean, that's a word I've never heard of, so I guess that'd be a word of the stream. Her parents have already tried every known method. According to her medical history, at first her parents didn't want to medicate their daughter. They tried psychologists of all kinds, but none could help her. How long has this been going on for? They also tried to get an accurate diagnosis with brain scales. I am too, and I coded it. So, apparently Sari has, like, persistent depressive disorder in this one, which... I guess she's always had in the base game, considering she says she's had depression her whole life during her depression confession scene. Oh god, that rhymes. I don't know whether that's like a good or bad thing. They looked for any alternative. After exhausting all options, they had to accept the pills. I had to prescribe many antidepressant medications. Wait, I had? Yeah? If he knows a lot about this thing, then he probably had to prescribe the stuff. Just you? That's right. I'm a doctor and a psychiatrist, and when I heard her name on the list of patients, I took the case. I have worked with your girlfriend on more than one occasion. You should already know about it. What? What? I hadn't asked her. I figured she was going to several different doctors. I'm having to lie more than I'd like. Well, you know, I'm having to lie more than I like. I mean, you don't really have to lie like this, but okay. Even if I have to keep lying, I need you to give me all the details of Sari's condition. You being the doctor. Kind of be loosely. I need you, the player, to type in all the details. Like in the weird interactive thing, like, oh, okay, dysthymia is a persistent depressive disorder, and I type all that in. Since the incident, I noticed that her eyes are... What happened to her eyesight? The mark on her neck was caused by a possible suicide attempt, am I right? I already know that, but it's heartbreaking to even confirm it. Finding her like that was something... Why do they need to confirm what they already know? Actually, when I found her, she was... The word doesn't come out of my mouth because of the memory of Sari's. It makes me nauseous just remembering it. Don't get suggestible. I ask you to please give me the details about that. Suggestible? Wouldn't that suggestible, like, mean that you're open to suggestion? Or something? I know it's difficult, but it's necessary in order to help her. Are you sure it's necessary, I mean, the doctor wasn't there. They can't properly prescribe or do anything if they don't know all the details. It is. That way we can assume what damage she suffered and give her the best possible diagnosis. I've been taking care of your girlfriend for a long time, and I'm also looking out for her best interests. I hope you understand. I don't really have a choice, but it's like you said, it's for Sari's sake. I told the doctor everything from when I found her to when she reacted. Wait, you said that for more than half an hour you were doing CPR? I didn't know what else to do. I didn't even know how long it was. I couldn't care less about the time. But I think it was for half an hour or more. But that would mean that... For a brief moment, the doctor begins to smile slightly. I thought that was a bad thing, like, you never do CPR for more than a half hour! Or something, but I guess that's a good thing. Wow. Listen, kid, your girlfriend is very lucky. I don't understand what you mean. Lazarus. What? I'm confused. Lazarus? Lazarus syndrome. Okay. And what is the Lazarus syndrome? I'm just gonna chalk that up to this. Let me explain it to you. Lazarus syndrome is a kind of medical rarity that causes a person's heart to start working again after death. Is this made up stuff or is this a real thing? I'm just gonna look it up and see if it is like... Okay, it is real. Yeah, okay. Medical, it causes a person's heart to start working again after death. That word, death. Just by hearing it, I can feel a shiver run through my body. But even worse, Sarah was really dead? Did I really try to perform CPR on a corpse? But how did this happen? Is it a miracle or something? It was because of you. Me? I mean, you're the only one who did the CPR. I mean, you see, Lazarus syndrome does not activate on its own. You need someone to perform a prolonged CPR on the person. Although CPR also justifies broken what? Broken ribs! That's right. When you pressed on her chest during CPR, you broke 2 of her ribs. That's one of the risks to be taken for Lazarus syndrome to have a chance of happening. That's why paramedics don't risk it, and opt for defibrillators. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. It's like, oh right, the patient's going under. Break the ribs! Like, that'd be like an absolute last resort after the fact, probably. I understand what you're saying, but I broke 2 of Sarah's ribs? I feel like you should be saying that out... I feel like you should be saying that part out loud if you're saying you as referring to the doctor. My god, I didn't mean to hurt her, I swear. Don't worry, this is common when performing CPR, and even more so if it's done by someone with no previous experience. Luckily, you arrived before the 5 minutes. 5 minutes? That's right, when the oxygen supply to the organism is blocked for more than 5 minutes, the brain simply dies for good. But if it was still on time, then why'd you leave her like that? Unfortunately, her brain was deprived of oxygen long enough to cause brain damage. That affected the lobe in charge of receptive functions. The positive thing is that it did not alter her motor activities or her reasoning capacity. The bad news is that it most likely affected the occipital lobe of the brain. What does that mean? She can't see because of that. The occipital lobe is responsible for sight, and so if that's affected, then you can't really see. She has irretrievably lost her sight permanently. He said irretrievably. Really? What do you mean really? Like, really? He said irretrievably? Couldn't he have said something else, like, you know, I don't know, a smaller word or something? I don't know what he means by that. She's gone blind forever? No, duh. The really? As in like a disbelieving really in terms of like, this is actually happening, not... God, okay, sorry. Sarah will never see again in her life? He said it was because of all this time without oxygen. Since it never happened if I'd just gone straight into Sarah's room. This MC is dumb and lying. Also, yeah, very quick to just jump right onto the self-blame train. It was my own doubts that made Sarah end up this way. It was my fault. Are you alright? I guess this isn't the time to vent to a doctor I just met. Yeah, just that, will she really not be able to see again? I would like to tell you that she would see again naturally, but that would be a lie. Something that you seem to be very good at doing, MC. Wow, at least he was honest. Unlike me, yeah. I understand. Thank you for the information, Doctor. Now get ready to enter the room where Sarah was. Young man, can I ask you a question? I don't see why not. After all, I can't be impressed by anything. Impressed? I don't think that should be the word you're using. Like, impressed is like, wow! Now, oh my god! How long have you known her? Actually, she and I have known each other since we were kids. I thought so. In any case, could you give me your cell phone number? What do you want it for? I want to keep in touch with everyone close to her. It makes sense. Her parents are gone, and she's cut off from most of the people she knows. Without hesitation, the doctor writes down the numbers I'm giving him in a small notebook that he takes out of his coat. Thank you. We'll keep in touch. Oh, yes, and one last thing. What is it? The bleeding in her eyes is due to small vessels around them that were ruptured by the tension of the rope, and she... What? And she... What? That's what caused her to cry blood. So... What, did the MC, like, tune out? And Shannon's like, God, no, I don't want to hear any more of this. Is it over? And then he tuned back into this point? Or did the sentence end? I don't know. The only thing you need to know about that is it's temporarily. It won't happen often. I mean, she will continue to cry tears of blood for a couple of days maximum, sometimes involuntarily. Like, imagine if, like, you, MC, are gonna cry tears of blood just being near her causes that. What was my reaction to the doctor? Oh, the doctor's oh, the doctor, as in the, okay, so as in the sprite? It kind of felt, I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm not used to the face sprites being, like tall, like up here, so it kind of took a teensy bit of time to get, a little bit of time to get used to, but other than that, the sprite is, like, perfectly fine, and also pretty good. Oh, and even then, the face thing is, like, a nitpick, and as a character, he's pretty good. He's pretty good so far. He seems to, you know, he knows his stuff, you know? That doesn't put my mind at ease, but I guess I should have known better. Thank you, Doctor. You're welcome. And I just want you to know something. How? This is like the teacher in One Final Chance. It's like one last thing, and then he proceeds to just say, hey, like 5 more things before letting you go. Like, if you're saying one last thing, then it's the last thing. You don't say anything more. If you'd like to stay in a room, there should be a chair in there. There shouldn't be any problem if you don't make a disturbance. I didn't really. Just don't upset the patient or damage the equipment. What? I didn't realize that. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just stuff to know. Just stuff to kind of know. Just don't upset the patient. Oh, damage the equipment. How would MC damage the equipment? Thank you, Doctor. I won't do anything wrong. Don't worry. The doctor proceeds to turn and walk away, possibly going to check on other patients. I know he informed me of everything I needed to know about Sarah's current condition, but everything he told me about her condition, I can't blame him. He just gives me the test results. I think I'd better know these things instead of refusing to listen to them. As I enter, I see Sarah curled up on her bed, and on a small table next to her is the muffin wrapper. You mean the cupcake wrapper? I'm somewhat relieved to know that she still has an appetite and apparently hasn't hurt her throat. Unless he's clumsy. Yeah, that makes sense. Siri, are you awake? Without moving from her rigid position, Siri's voice breaks free of her mouth with a question. Robbie, is that you? Yes, it's me. I'm done talking to the doctor. What did the doctor tell you? Well, he told me that, you know, Siri keeps a questioning expression. Telling her lies won't work. The only thing you can do is tell her a half-truth. It's either lies or a half-truth, but never the whole truth. Like, at all. I guess unless absolutely necessary. Why do you keep doing this? He says you're in a delicate condition, but your recovery will not present any problems. You know, aside from you crying blood tears and being blind forever. I think he'll corroborate what needs to discharge you. Sounds good, I guess. So he said these words in a low voice, especially the last part. Despite the low volume of her voice, the silence of the hospital allowed me to hear it. Her intonation is still alarming to me. Did they call my parents? Her question seems fearful. I don't know. Probably the doctor's already let them know everything, but I'm still not sure what he did. Do you want me to do it? No! Please don't tell them. I don't want to worry them about me. But, Sayuri, they're your parents, and that's what parents do. Worry about the children. I mean, I think a better way to phrase it would be that you are literally blind. I think your parents are gonna find out that something happened anyway. Like, I don't know, it feels inevitable that Sayuri's parents will know that, like, something happened. Because, you know, Viserys blind, and so... you know, that'd probably be how they find out. Robbie, please, promise me you won't tell my parents. They already have enough to do with their exhausting work without having to fix their daughter's mistakes. What Siri tells me surprises me a little. In a way, I understand her intentions. I think I don't need to say it. The doctor can do it since he probably has their numbers. Maybe I can try to prompt Siri to do it on her own? So for the time being, I will accede to Sayori's request. Is that a real word? Okay, accede. Okay. And that's agree to a demand, request, or treaty. I have never heard that word in my life. Okay, I promise. But at some point you'll have to talk to them. I know, but at least for now they won't be worried. Thank you, Robbie. I continue talking to Siri, subtly trying to elicit answers to what happened and make her feel more relaxed. Unfortunately, most if not all of my questions remain unanswered. But among the conversation, I didn't notice that Siri just freaking disappeared or something. Like, what was that? And also, the sun was starting to set. This crappy day was coming to an end, but that doesn't mean that tomorrow won't be a very bad day, too. The only good thing is that Siri's physical state and mood are more neutral for the moment. And most importantly, she's alive. Robbie, is something wrong? No, I just got distracted. What time is it? Almost instinctively, I pulled my phone out of one of my own uniform pockets. When the screen lights up, Monica's messages appear. Most of them don't look very happy. Of course they don't. You locked her in a closet! And the exact time of this moment appears. 6:50 p.m. I guess the day goes by faster when you're preoccupied, or maybe I lost track of time. Probably both? It's 6:50 in the evening, Siri. Wow, looks like it's getting late. Maybe you should go home and rest. You have to go to school tomorrow. Even though she's the one in the hospital bed, she still tries to care about others. It's a little endearing. I think I'd like to stay here today. You can't stay here. This isn't a comfortable place to sleep. I know the hospital was a safe place for Siri, but I still feel I shouldn't leave her. No, I'm staying here today. I'll be home late at night anyway. Something bad could happen to me on the way home. Okay? Besides, it's not so bad to sleep here. Even though that was not the best excuse I could come up with. Siri agreed, but her face shows a bit of discomfort with this choice. I walked over to the window and closed the curtains, obstructing the dim and dying light of the late afternoon sun. What, no dinner? I understand. I won't be able to keep you from sleeping here then. At least I hope you sleep well. Thank you, Siri. I think it's a good time to sleep. I'm a little tired. I understand. Maybe I will too. Good night. Good night, Siri. I'm so tired. Anywhere I can rest works for me right now. And as the doctor said, there are several chairs in the room for visitors. Sleeping sitting up works for me at the moment. That can't be comfortable, but okay. I sat in one of the chairs in almost complete darkness and let my consciousness dissolve into sleep. What the hell? What the hell is this music? I mean, it certainly is unique, I'll give it that. What is happening? I should wake Sari up too. Okay. What are those noises? Good morning, Sari. There's no answer. Maybe this is a dream or something? So I wake up, it's already dawn. Sari? I ask as I approach her bed, stop at the side of the bed and shake Sari's shoulders a little. Still no response. She's starting to scare me. So don't play with me like that, you're scaring me. Still no response. Sari, wake up, please! Don't do this to me! No response. Sayori! I guess that's why the music was the way it was. This is a dream. This can't happen again. I have to do something. My hands instinctively go to Sayori's chest and begin to press down like last time. Still no response. I don't even see Sirius' mouth taking air, but I keep pushing. And then I see Sirius' body start to decompose. What the fuck? I tried to stop pressing on Sirius' chest, but something stops me. To my horror, I watch his parts of her body turn from a healthy peach color to a putrid dark green. I close my eyes, but something forces me to open them again. Sirius' almost greenish head is staring at me, but now it no longer has eyes. Now they're just empty sockets piercing my soul. Then I notice how the rotten arms start to move to touch my shoulder. Robbie. Her words pierce my being. Fear doesn't even allow me to move. And she keeps moving my shoulder. Her cold touch keeps me still. Robbie, why? Her erratic words terrify me. What happened to Sayori? Please, someone get me out of this damn hell of a life. Someone, holy shit. Young man, wake up! Oh god. No! I woke up sweaty and terrified to realize that someone was actually touching my shoulder. It was the doctor who turned on the lights of the room. A bad dream, huh? I didn't answer, I just ducked my head slightly. I turned to look at Sayori. Fortunately, it was just a dream. She still retains her color and her sleep is still as deep. Yeah, just a clarification with the rhymes. The rhymes thing doesn't really count with, like, poems. In terms of, like, if a rhyme appears in, like, a poem, then that's a given, considering it's a poem. And a rhyme there would, at the very least, fit in a poem. Talking, like, stuff in the text like this. So this will be fun. There's something I want to talk to you about. Come with me. Okay, give me a few minutes. That nightmare has frozen my blood. I need a few minutes to recover. Yeah, you know what? This is a kind of good time for a little be right back break. See what happens. And we're back. Let's see how the day goes. The nightmare's frozen my blood. I need a few minutes to recover. I mean, I guess how the talk with the doctor goes, depending on how long I have left in the demo. And the position in which I slept doesn't help much either. I can hardly feel my legs. It takes me a while to get up from the chair, but when I do, I go to one of the windows. Only the night sky could be seen, which was accompanied by the numerous street lamps of the city. There's a few scenes left. Okay. I think it's time to go to the doctor. The doctor had already left the room, so I followed him. He was already waiting for me. Doctor, what time is it? I'm close to the end. Okay, it's 2 a.m. I know it's not time to wake you up, but this matter kept me busy thinking about the best alternative for your girlfriend, Sayori. Don't worry, I won't complain if it's for Sayori. By this point, my mind is still suffering from the effects of spontaneous awakening. I can hardly pay attention to the doctor's words. I think the effects of the previous day are still lingering on me. While I'm thinking about this, the doctor's already quite far away from me, so I'd better hurry. The doctor leads me down some corridors until we reach a door. It's an office. The office looks like any other hospital office. Also, I think this is the principal's office sprite for the school, too, so... versatile offices, I guess. Not that it matters much. Have a seat. We'll take a good time. Yeah, I don't think this conversation's gonna be a good time, but I guess we'll see. Okay? I sit right where the doctor offers me, on the opposite side of his desk. Take this. What is it? It's cinnamon tea. If I gave you coffee here, you wouldn't be able to sleep again. I understand, thank you. He took a sip from the teacup. Actually, it doesn't taste too bad. Did MC think about himself in the third person? I thought it was like the doctor takes a sip from his teacup, as I take a sip from mine. Nope, it's just MC in the third person. Okay. It's kind of relaxing. I called you here because I need to tell you 2 important things. Okay, let's count them. Yes, he did. The first is that I couldn't get in touch with Sarah's parents. That's strange. As far as I know, Sarah's parents always keep track of her. But what happened? Why can't she communicate with them? According to some context, lightning apparently destroyed a major telephone antenna, and this affected many other communication networks. Wow, really? That's unlucky. What does that have to do with Sarah's parents? This is a major telephone line communication thing. I think that lightning hitting the thing and damaging the antenna would interfere with calls. What I mean is that both the south and north side of the area are cut off from each other. Remember the report at the... Oh! There! Oh, that's what this meant! Oh, that's what it was building up to. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty good use of, like, you know, setup and, like, kind of like setting up a thing at the beginning. That's pretty cool. Okay, at least it will be like that for a few days. At most 2 or 3 weeks, according to what I was informed. Come to think of it, my parents shared a flight with Sarah's parents. And to top it off, their flight was to the opposite side of town, to the south. That means communicating with my parents is also impossible. I could also send them a letter by mail. It's a good option. The only thing is that I have no idea of the requirements needed to write one. Do you mean send one? I think writing a letter is, kind of hard when describing this, but like, just the concept is like, dear parents, and then you describe everything. And then it's like, love MC, and then you fold it up and send it. I don't know, maybe you like, maybe it's like the requirements of sending an email, like you go to the post office and see what happens or something? I don't know. This is a problem not only for us, but for the whole state. And regarding the second thing I wanted to talk to you about, it's more like an idea. An idea? Do you remember I told you about the psychological treatments that couldn't help Miss Sayori? Yes, I remember, but what's that about? She trusts you. That's why you're a couple, right? He obviously thinks I'm Sayori's boyfriend. I told him so myself. He did keep saying, like, Sayori is your girlfriend and you are her boyfriend multiple times. I could also tell him the truth, but that would get me into more trouble than I'm already in. You know, which is 0. You're in 0 trouble. Unless you're counting Monica being pissed off at you for the rightful reasons of you locking her in a closet, so I think that may be the trouble you're referring to. But in this specific moment in time, in this office, I don't think you're in any trouble with the doctor. Besides, I want to know what he's proposing. Maybe he could help me a little, or maybe hurt me if it goes wrong. In both cases, I have to take a chance. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, I've been thinking about this for several hours. So you haven't gotten a lick of sleep, sir. But maybe this could help you. It only takes me a few moments to notice that it's a psychology book. Its size is quite intimidating to me. I understand a little bit of what you want by giving me this book, but how useful can a psychology book be with someone that even the experts couldn't help? I know that feelings are a difficult thing to deal with, but at this point you're the only one, enough familiar enough to do anything for her. How much will this book help with that? I'll get to the point. She's not well. I mean, that much is obvious. Maybe she developed a tolerance to the medication, or she simply stopped taking it. In either case, she needs supervision, and since her parents are not present, you're the only person who can take care of her. And now with the problem with her eyesight, she can no longer fend for herself for the moment. For the moment? Didn't you say the eyesight thing was a permanent thing? I mean, unless you can do a surgery or something. But then again, that's like brain stuff, so brain surgery? I don't know. I understand the idea, yet a psychology book is almost useless for this case. Plus, it will only make Sari feel more uncomfortable. Young man, understand something. Taking care of a healthy person is simple, but taking care of someone with depression is more complicated than you imagine. And this book will help you understand how to help her. It's up to you whether to use it or not. Thinking about it more carefully, I think that at first I have no idea what to do for Sari. Which is what the book is for! I don't even know how she feels. So the help I can get would be welcome. I guess I don't lose much by accepting the book. I will just avoid using this book too much. Okay, then take the book. You can go back to the room where you were. It's still too early to get up. Thank you. Good night. Good night, young man. I take the book and go back to room 55 with Sari, probably still asleep. As I enter, the lights are still on. It doesn't look like they're on to me, and I see Sari with a calm expression on her face. Then I turn to look at the chair where she's sleeping. I thought she was in the hospital bed. I close the door to the room, turn off the light, and reach the chair after a few seconds walking in the dark. I guess the chair where you're sleeping? Isn't Sari still in the hospital bed? As I sit down, I feel that the chair is more comfortable than before, but I guess that's because I'm tired. I close my eyes and let sleep take over me. Guess that took a teensy little bit. Huh? When I open my eyes, I realize that I'm in an unknown place. What is this place? It looks like the void. I can't see anything at all, just my body in a completely black place. Where did they take me? They? Who's they? Is this in Sayori's perspective? I don't know what this place is, but something tells me that I must get out of here as soon as What is happening? As I try to move forward, my footsteps seem to leave a kind of mark. My steps don't seem to generate any progress. I don't even feel like I'm making progress. I'm just running out of patience. I was weighing my options when something out of the darkness caught my attention. It was a familiar-looking figure emanating a blinding glow. That figure increased its glow as it approached me. I still love you, said the figure, and then started saying my name louder and louder. Robbie! Hey, Robbie! Oh, so this is MC's perspective. I didn't know for a split second. Hey, wake up! I woke up quickly, and sure enough, someone was calling my name. It was Sari, who was saying it from her bed, so so she was still in the hospital bed. So I don't know what the thing about her sleeping in the chair was about if she was still in the bed. You're going to be late for class? Huh? What time is it? Wait, how did you know I was still here? Well, you said you would stay today, and besides, you snore a lot when you sleep. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. I thought I got past the snoring phase back in my preteen years. Better change the subject. Yeah, anyway, I think you're right. It's getting late for school. Will you be alright without me, Sari? Yeah, nothing's gonna happen to me here. Take care. See you. Wait, now that I realize something. Hey, how do you know what time it is? Good question. It's like when you close your eyes, but you can still feel the light. I guess it's like closing your eyes, but then it's like you still feel the light from the ceiling. Probably because your eyes are like a little light. It's kind of a thing. You close your eyes, and you can still kind of see that the room is light, even while the eyes are closed. But if you turn off the light, then you see the room is dark, even with your eyes closed. It's interesting how eyes can work. Even though I went blind, I could still perceive a little bit of sunlight, so I guessed that it was already dawn. That's a good explanation, but it's still pretty depressing. How come she can... You're wondering why I take it so well that I can't see, right? Yeah. Robbie, this is awful to have to take in, but at this point I'm resigned to it. I just hope I can still have some degree of independence. Trying it again is no longer an option. It may even happen again because of an accident caused by my clumsiness. I told you before that Rainclouds are worse on some days. Today they're not so bad, so I don't mind telling you so much. Wow, that feels even more pitiful to hear. Pitiful? Okay. This is sad. Yeah, it is sad. Hopefully I can do something for Sari without making her feel bad about herself. For now, I can only hope for her recovery and that her wishes for partial independence are fulfilled. I wish there was something else I could do right now besides apologize. I'm sorry. I don't want you to be alone right now. Not right now, but I will support you in everything you need. You're so nice to me, it even feels awkward. Even if I told you that you don't have to, you would. I really don't know if I like it. I just looked directly into Sari's eyes. The worn light blue is still present, and she seems to be staring into nothingness with a melancholy expression. I'll be back soon, but politeness comes first. Before leaving the room, I say goodbye. Okay? You don't have to feel bad about me worrying about you. It's something I like to do as much as you do. Or as much as you said Sari's parents like to do. I'll be back in the afternoon. Take care, Sari. Take care of yourself, too. As I was leaving, my phone vibrated, calling my attention. I see the time and Monica's unhappy messages. So the last one she sends me says, "Today's your last chance to explain yourself. Today will be as bad a day as yesterday." Yeah, you better not lie this time unless you want to be kicked out of the club. Honestly, now I feel a bit more serene since Sari's already well and the festival's over. Yes, you're feeling more serene that you have to... Put my phone back in my pocket and walk out of the hospital towards the school with the book the doctor gave me in my arm. What the fuck? Okay, walk out of the hospital towards the school with the book the doctor gave me in my arm. Okay. I'll probably read it during the club sessions, only if I'm still a member of the club. I mean, all you have to do is not lie, and then you'll be good, you know? Sayori's in the hospital. Something happened. Just say, I don't fucking know. After a half-hour walk, our problem solved. I mean, yeah, just don't lie, or at the very least, apologize for, like, I'm sorry I locked you in closet, Monica. After a half-hour walk, I arrive at school. As for the uniform, there's not much of a problem. I just didn't have time to take off my uniform since yesterday. I get to my locker, I get to my locker in this surprisingly different hallway than normal. It looks really good. It looks like a pretty good hallway. I like the lockers too. I get to put that gaming while I take out other notebooks. The bell rings for the first class and I head to my classroom, resigned to just wait for class to end. Hopefully my meeting with Monica won't be as bad as I think. Yeah, let's hope she's not too pissed off about you locking her in a closet and lying to her face multiple times. The school bell rings and class begins. All I can think about is how badly I'm sure I'll do at the club meeting. All you have to do is not lie. At the very least, apologize. Fuck. Classes finally end. Okay. I put all my stuff in my locker and head with fear and nerves towards the stairs. Every step I take only making me more nervous. A very long hallway awaits me. I head towards the club, and when I get to the door, I see Yuri and Natsuki in their usual spaces. Yuri is immersed in a literary world while Natsuki reads a manga. Monika's just sitting at the teacher's desk. It seemed that everything was quiet, or at least I thought so until I knocked on the door. Yuri and Natsuki didn't notice me. Only Monica, who was showing a serious face with shades of anger. She walked over to the door and opened it a little quickly. Get in, now. She said it in a curt, "Oh, the violins are back!" I just obeyed and sat in the same chair where I sat every day. Silence was something that reigned in the club this day. I guess you're not even... What? The minutes that passed seemed eternal. Not even Yuri and Natsuki were spared from that feeling. Their expressions were visibly uncomfortable. Before I could finish my Monica impression... Seriously, what was that? Monica would just move their hand to be quiet. Sit down. She sounds too annoying. Jesus! I know that wasn't the word, but jeez! She sounds so annoying right now. It's kind of grating my nerves, you know? I get the word is supposed to be annoyed, but it sounds kind of funnier to think that MC... But it feels a little fun. I think that MC's like just annoyed with how she sounds at the moment. I don't know, just phrasing. Disobeying her will only bring me more trouble. I choose the chair closest to me. With a straight face, she takes another chair and positions it in front of me. What the hell happened yesterday? Do you know what the hell this place was just because you told everyone the club was open? We didn't have everything set up yet, and the event was in chaos because of all the rush. I mean, her being mad makes sense. I mean, of course it... I mean, yeah, it does, obviously. Monica, I know, and I'm so sorry, it's that... What's wrong? You were forced to resort to aggressiveness to escape, all because of something you didn't even tell me about in detail. I couldn't care about that problem either because of your negligence. How do you justify your actions? I know what it did, and I know the effects it had on the festival, but I have to make her understand. Yes, by telling the truth, right? After there's no rush or obligation, I have to make her understand me. Explaining it to you in more detail only... Jesus Christ, dude! I mean, okay. You know what? I kind of get it. I get it. You don't want to, like, tell people about Sarah's depression because that's her right to tell about this thing. But I mean, you could just say an accident happened and Sarah was in the hospital, and so... I mean, you could just tell a half-truth, which you seem to be good at. You know, well, an accident happened on the way to school, and it really damaged Sayori, and so she had to be taken to the hospital, and so I went to visit her, and I was in a big rush because I was concerned about my friend, you know? It's kind of a half-truth, at least you're not outright lying. If you're patient, all explanations will come soon. Don't worry, the explanation to why I shoved you into a closet and turned the event into chaos will be coming soon. I'm sure she'll be just thrilled to hear that. I mean, hope the anime club is still accepting them. Can't tolerate these actions, even if they can be explained. If I don't receive a detailed justification, then I'll have to take action. I don't... Why is the name tag say wrong? Like, well, listen here, Monica. I don't want to terminate your stay in the club, all because you, I don't know, don't understand why I'm not saying anything. I mean, I know that's not the intention. It's just name tags. I don't want to have to terminate your stay in the club or report you for your actions. I know I can't tell you Sarah's current status. She has to be the one to tell you the truth. I can only tell the half-truth as long as Neri and Natsuki are listening. There were problems with a family member, so I took care of them while everything calmed down. Okay, the only truth there was, like, there were problems. But go on. This person isn't feeling well and they mean too much to me, so I kept an eye on them all day. As I couldn't leave them without the preparations, I decided to come and deliver the things to them. Then I wanted to leave immediately. To them? What? Couldn't leave them? You mean the club without the preparations? You're referring to the club as them in the club? I mean, I guess that's a half-truth type thing. You know, you're talking about, like, Sayori's thing while not mentioning her, but I mean... Still, that lie's gonna fall apart when they notice, hey, where is Sayori? She hasn't shown up in a little while. Hey, do you know what happened to her? I mean, do you know what happened to her at MC? And MC left a lie, and then it'll all fall apart. Almost everything I told her is the truth. And it's also true that I am still exhausted. I don't want the club to argue with anyone. Are you satisfied with my explanation? Monica looks at me, puzzled. I think it's more like a disbelief and shock. So I don't think she's satisfied with your explanation. She seems to be tying up what I told her yesterday, what I just said. And how are they now? Are they alright? She looked very shocked by that. Everything is fine at the moment. They are under medical care right now. They should remain stable, only that visits are not recommended at the moment. I just hope you understand that I can't give you details of the condition or anything else yet. I understand you must be very worried about that person. For this occasion, I'll accept your justification, but the next time you resort to aggressiveness and lies, there will be no tolerance. As I said, I don't want to be forced to give an ultimatum to your stay in the club, so I hope it won't happen again. Thank you, Monica, for your understanding. I whispered the last part. No need, I understand how hard it can be. I'll just have to know where it is, whether you tell me or not. She whispered the last thing to me, but I just can't tell her directly what's going on. I feel that I'll go to a certain hospital to visit a sick relative. Maybe something will happen by chance. Yeah, is it the same hospital that Sarah's in? Because that'll be fun to explain. I guess we'll see. At the end of the day, it seems that I can be trusted. No, I don't know if you can. I mean, maybe? I don't know, you keep lying, so... I mean, then again, I guess it's, like, necessary in terms of, like, we can't just say, oh yeah, Sayori has depression and we'll never be able to see again, because that's not my thing to tell. So, I guess there was no other alternative there. Still, it's just a lot of lying all around. I understand what she means by the last thing she said. She finds out what hospital Sayori is in, I don't know how she'll take it. I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's not too... That was the point, it was just done bad. What do you mean, I hope it's not too bad? Yeah, I hope she doesn't take the fact that I lied about the fact that Sayori's in, like, this, like, critical condition, that, like, she has depression and will never be able to see again, and that she was the person in the hospital, and that I lied about it too badly. I'd be absolutely furious if I was Monica and found out I was being lied to like that. You know, like, do you mean to tell me that that one of my best friends was in the hospital the entire time and MC lied about it? What the hell, man? Like I wouldn't take it well at all. For the moment, I have to give you the news of the festival. Among all the commotion, I managed to get 5 people to sign the registration form. 5 people? I think that's the most people who, like, signed on to, like, the club in any of the festivals and mods that I've seen so far. So, if a festival can beat that, then I wonder if another festival would come along to beat that, like, total. Enrollment forms? There was certain paperwork to enter a club. You didn't have to sign anything because Sarah did all the paperwork for you when you joined the club. I see, Sarah did a lot of things for me. Silence fills the classroom for a few minutes until Monica breaks in. Okay, everyone, today we'll be leaving earlier than usual. Yuri and Natsuki, if you brought a poem today, I ask you to bring it again tomorrow. I understand that Robbie didn't bring a poem for today, so I ask you to bring the poem tomorrow. That's all I had to say. You may leave now. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to ask something. About what, Yuri? What happened to Sayori? Well, she didn't come on the day of the festival, and she didn't show up today either. There we go. That's starting to crumble. Will she be alright? If she's unwell, I'd like to know. Yeah, MC. How is Sayori doing at the moment? I mean, it's true, missing 2 days in a row is rare. And if it had been one, I would have thought she overslept. A very brief silence was perceived before Monica gave her an answer. I don't really know how Sayori's doing. Maybe MC knows about her. Okay, I guess they didn't... MC, then that's the first time I've, like, input a player name and then and then my player character's still getting called MC. Robbie? Oh, yeah, that's my name. There we go. Right after that, Monica turns to look at me for the corner of her eyes, and her gaze is joined by Yuri and Natsuki's gaze. Why are you doing this to me, Monica? Probably because she's concerned about how her friend and club member and vice president is doing? My bad, I just had to turn it in. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know. It's like there's always gonna be like one or two things that'll like slip through the cracks in terms of like editing. So, intense seconds passes. My mind searches for an answer. You mean a lie? And the girl's gaze is settled on me. Well, Sayori is. At that moment, I felt the wall and the sword closed the distance. The wall and the sword. The sword? Where did this? What? But an answer came to my mind. I guess before MC could either get figuratively or literally impaled. no idea. They can ask Siri by message, and that's it. That's what phones are for. The three girls looked at me with surprise, and to be honest, it makes sense. I know it was rude, but I can't let anyone else get involved. Especially since I've had enough of Monica having her doubts about... Monica's doubt? What the... I've had enough of Monica having her justified doubts about me. I mean, it's not like I lied to her face and shoved her in a closet when she didn't, like, concede and allow me to just leave the festival when this is an important club event, or just, like... Okay, not even that. Okay, no, that was wrong. When she, like, wanted to come with me to the hospital where Sayori was because she was concerned about her friend. I've had enough of her justified concerns. Jesus Christ. What, just now? Monica, can we please leave? I looked at Monica and she looked at me like two gunmen about to start a duel. It's Han. Very good. Very well. Everyone is dismissed. Just ask you a little more politeness in answering, Robbie. We also want to know what's wrong with her. Yeah, because they're her friends? God, I don't feel good. Yeah! I got my things and left the club room. I'm moving forward somewhat slowly as I think carefully about how long it would take me to get home, change my clothes, and go to the hospital, but then I feel someone touching me on the back. Then I feel someone touching my back! Are two people touching his back, or is it like just repeating that someone touched his back? Because I think the way it's phrased, it feels like two people are doing that. Hey, Robbie. A familiar voice comes to me as I turn around and realize that voice belonged to... Yeah, the second. I guess that's it for the demo. I mean, I guess that's a good way to end the demo. It's a cliffhanger. It's like, who's speaking? I guess we'll find out next time on the full version. Which I really hope it's better than this. Like, I'm not saying this mod was bad. I mean, it was okay. Just MC kind of like lying a bit was like, I don't know. It kind of feels a little, But the concept of a blind Sayori is, like, interesting, so I hope this gets expanded upon, and this is still a demo, so, you know, things can still be improved upon, so maybe the writing will get better. So, you know, maybe the writing will get better as feedback comes in, you know? So, you know, this demo has an interesting concept to it, so... This mod does, so I hope that concept, like, gets, you know, like, properly explored more and stuff, so, you know. So, yeah. Next, so, I mean, I guess this is the end of the credits, so maybe there's, like, a special thing or something, like, thank you for enjoying the mod. Cutting and... Oh, okay. Your name didn't finish scrolling by there. Alright, so that was that for that mod. This Friday, I'm gonna do more within, but next Tuesday, well, guess we're gonna find out about that. Where's the bookmark? So let's see what's next. Alright, second chances. Alright, second chances. So again, this Friday I'm going to be playing more Within, and then next Tuesday I'm going to play the mod Second Chances. Seems like a kind of thing where they say plural, so, you know, put pens in the wheel when you have a chance. Oh, okay. I was kind of wondering about, like, how the wheel would work, because, like, it's like, oh, but if I put more stuff in, then there's, like, less of a chance for other stuff to happen, but, like, yeah, I can put stuff in. So yeah, I'll see you next time for Within, and then see you next Tuesday for Second Chances. Bye-bye.